The Inspector General's report is here, but will it satisfy conservatives or frustrate them even more? Some conservative members of Congress have no trust left in the Department of Justice. The House Intelligence Committee has been requesting additional documents from the Department of Justice, most notably Rod Rosenstein. Rod Rosenstein has repeatedly blocked the Department of Justice. He's been very uncooperative. Many of us, self-included, feel that Rosenstein is either has some kind of intimidation control over Jeff Sessions or is just younger and more energetic. But it always seems to be that whenever enough evidence pops up for Rosenstein to be removed from his position, his good buddy Robert Mueller leaks something that disables the White House from taking action. It seems to many that Rosenstein and Mueller have taken control of FBI, that Jeff Sessions, of DOJ, that Jeff Sessions is very weak. And he's subordinate to them now. And it's a terrible, terrible thing for the United States. Now, that those comments of Sessions, we're gonna reassure you that nothing else went on. I feel that what this report's gonna do is disappoint many of us beyond belief. Gonna have a couple of people fired, justify Comey's firing. Nobody's gonna be prosecuted. It's gonna say nobody else did anything wrong. Let's put the matter to bed. Because I believe that's what Sessions and Rosenstein want. But guys like Devin Nunes over in the House aren't laying down on this. Now, you remember there were reports of a closed-door meeting back in January between members of the House Intel Committee, most notably the chairman, Devin Nunes, and Rod Rosenstein, in which Nunes alleges that Rosenstein threatened the committee and its staffers with investigation, subpoenas, etc., if they kept pressing. Well, the committee did its job, its oversight job of DOJ and others, and it kept pressing. So, one staffer, now staffers are coming out. Let me read you a tweet from Representative Matt Gaetz, a Florida congressman on the Intel Committee, somebody who has been very, very vocal in demanding documents from DOJ, in wanting to know what's really going on here, not wanting to just read this potentially whitewashed OIG report. Representative Gaetz tweeted yesterday, the DOJ's intimidation and stonewalling tactics have gone too far. I've heard firsthand from congressional staff following threats delivered by Deputy AG Rosenstein. Staff has literally been scared to the point of physically shaking in my office out of concern for their family. That is unacceptable. Well, Fox News ran a story yesterday. GOP politicians slam Rosenstein, say staff shaking in fear over threats. And, of course, referring to the tweet I just read you from Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida. One staffer said Rosenstein launched a, quote, sustained personal attack against a congressional staffer in retaliation for vigorous oversight and called the threats, quote, downright chilling. The DOJ and FBI, of course, have disputed the characterizations of the meeting with the DOJ official, telling Fox News that officials in the room described the characterization of events as false. Further, the official said that when Rosenstein returns to the United States from a work trip, quote, he will request that the House General Counsel conduct an internal investigation of these congressional staffers' conduct. Now, Jeff Sessions, who many of us do not trust, backed Rod Rosenstein. But I don't see any reason for congressional staffers who don't make a lot of money, who have to exist in D.C., who have to go on to work in other agencies. I don't see any reason for them to lie. In contrast, I look at today's Department of Justice. Mueller keeps getting admonished by judges for playing fast and loose with exculpatory evidence. Rosenstein, who appointed him, being accused of threatening congressional staffers. Historically unprecedented move of the FBI number 1 and number 2 being fired and potentially criminally referred. You don't see any of these scandals in the House Intel Committee. You don't see any of these allegations leveled at the committee staffers. No. The credibility lies with these committee staffers, not with the Department of Justice and the FBI, not with Jeff Sessions, Rod Rosenstein, Robert Mueller, and company. Not at all. Now, Sessions said, quote, in defending Rosenstein, I'm confident that Deputy Rosenstein, 28 years in the Department of Justice, did not improperly threaten anyone on that occasion, but we do believe that we have tried to be cooperative with them and made progress. In fact, have had some good relationship with top members of Congress. But, again reading from Fox News, Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio said he was flabbergasted by Sessions' comments. He said, quote, I mean, what is the Attorney General saying? He said, and today we learned in Catherine's report, meaning Catherine Herridge of Fox News, that Rod Rosenstein was threatening members of the House Intelligence Committee for doing their job. They're trying to get answers for the American people, and the Attorney General says, that's okay, we're doing just fine. Representative Mark Meadows jumped in. He says he doesn't know what Sessions is talking about. And he went on to say that Sessions doesn't know what he's talking about himself. This is beyond bad. Jeff Sessions needs to go. And when you see the accusations by Chairman Nunes toward the FBI, accusations of obstruction of justice, they're pretty clear cut. Congress is saying we need these documents. We're entitled to these documents. We're cleared to see these documents. The deadline is this day and this time. And DOJ basically says, go to hell. You're not getting them. That's obstruction of justice. Now, Chairman Nunes, this is from the Daily Signal, is accusing in a letter the agency of obstruction of justice and using, quote, an array of tactics to withhold the documents. He writes, DOJ continues to obfuscate and delay its production using an array of tactics, such as incorrectly categorizing the requested documents of Gang of Eight level material in order to limit access. Of course, the Gang of Eight being the bipartisan group of 8 House members, members of Congress. Such Congress by DOJ is unacceptable because the Gang of Eight is a legal fiction that has no basis outside of the confines of presidential approval and reporting of covert action. Gang of Eight is the leaders of the Republican and Democratic leaders of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees, as well as Paul Ryan and Nancy Pelosi. And those are the 8. But they're just they're a congressionally created group. They don't have any legally binding authority. The House Intel Committee, the Senate Intel Committee are the binding authorities. They should be getting this information. And then to prove that Rosenstein, in his attempt to prove that he didn't threaten House members, well, he's asked the House General Counsel to investigate committee staff. This is very, very, very troubling. Very, very troubling. And I am going to read this report in depth, but right now I don't have any confidence that this report is going to tell us what really happened. Right now, I and many others find this report to be a whitewash. And I feel that the report was delayed, that the concerns of Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows and Devin Nunes, those conservative congressmen who have been all over DOJ and FBI about what we're calling Obamagate or Spygate, I think their concerns, Representative Matt Gaetz, are very, very well founded. It is long past time for President Donald Trump to now step in. We need a second special counsel, and we need a new attorney general. This is super, hyper important content. I want to bring it to you daily. Help me do that by subscribing to our premium service at www.therebel.media/shows. Also, go to the App Store, download the Rebel app. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.